Finding strength in the Buddha, navigating uncertainty with mindfulness and wisdom. Before we begin our meditation, let me share something from my heart. Life is a journey filled with uncertainties. Whether you are working toward your aspirations, managing personal struggles, or simply trying to find balance, challenges are inevitable. In moments of doubt and fear, it is natural to seek guidance, strength, and clarity. As we start each day, let us turn to the wisdom of the Buddha for inner peace and direction, knowing that without mindfulness and awareness, we cannot truly move forward. When we face difficulties, it is essential to recognize that suffering is a part of existence. The Buddha taught that dukkha, suffering, dissatisfaction, and impermanence, is an intrinsic aspect of life. However, through mindfulness and the right understanding, we can overcome these challenges. The Buddha's teachings remind us that strength is not about resisting or fighting our struggles, but about accepting them with equanimity and wisdom. The profound importance of seeking inner strength. The journey of self-discovery is one that never stops. As we move through life, we continuously transition into new phases, stepping into the unknown. With change often comes fear, the fear of failure, the fear of inadequacy, the fear of disappointment, and the fear of uncertainty. However, we must remember that the Buddha's teachings offer us a refuge. He reminds us, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Fear can keep us trapped in our comfort zone, preventing us from growing and experiencing the richness of life. That is why we must cultivate the habit of seeking guidance through mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection. When we do so, we allow ourselves to be led by wisdom rather than fear. True strength does not lie in the temporary victories of the external world, but in the quiet, unshakable resilience cultivated within. Trusting the path of the Buddha, a deeper perspective. In the pursuit of our goals, we often encounter obstacles that shake our confidence and test our resolve. It is during these moments that we must remind ourselves of the law of karma, that our thoughts, actions, and intentions shape our reality. Instead of struggling against what we cannot control, we can surrender to the wisdom of the Buddha, trusting that the right effort and right intention will guide us through any storm. Consider the story of Siddhartha Gautama before his enlightenment. When he sat beneath the Bodhi tree, he faced immense challenges, including the illusions and temptations presented by Mara. Rather than succumbing to fear, he remained steadfast in his meditation, demonstrating that true strength arises not from external validation, but from deep inner awareness. The Buddha's example teaches us that resilience is cultivated through patience and perseverance. By following the Noble Eightfold Path, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, we can navigate uncertainty with clarity and purpose. Strength is not just about enduring, but about transforming suffering into wisdom, pain into understanding, and struggle into growth. The power of surrendering control with understanding. There is a common belief that control brings security. We often try to force outcomes, believing that if we manage every detail, we can prevent suffering. But the truth is, clinging to control only increases our stress and anxiety. The Buddha teaches us that everything is impermanent and that true peace comes from surrendering attachment. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly toward the ocean. It does not resist the rocks in its path, nor does it try to change its course. Instead, it moves with grace, adapting to the terrain. Like the river, we must learn to flow with life, trusting that the journey itself holds meaning. The Buddha reminds us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. To find peace, we must embrace the present moment, accepting that challenges are temporary and that, with mindfulness, we can respond with wisdom rather than reaction. Each obstacle is not a punishment, but an opportunity to deepen our understanding and develop an unshakable mind. A story of strength and guidance, learning from the past. In Buddhist history, there is a powerful story about Anathapindika, a devoted disciple of the Buddha. He was known for his generosity and deep faith in the teachings. Despite facing financial difficulties later in life, he continued to support the Sangha, never losing trust in the virtues of giving and mindfulness. His story reminds us that strength is not about material wealth or external security. It is about unwavering faith and the ability to see beyond temporary hardships. Another inspiring example is the story of King Ashoka, who, after witnessing the suffering caused by war, turned to the Buddha's teachings for guidance. Through wisdom and compassion, he transformed his reign into one of peace and dharma, proving that even those in positions of great power can choose the path of mindfulness and ethical conduct. His story reminds us that no matter how lost we feel, the path to wisdom and peace is always available to us. The role of meditation in overcoming fear and strengthening the mind. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for overcoming fear and finding strength. When we sit in stillness, observing our breath and thoughts without judgment, we cultivate inner resilience. The Buddha teaches, your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. By practicing meditation, we train our minds to remain steady, regardless of external circumstances. Let us take a moment to meditate together. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel the calmness of this moment. Reflect on the Buddha's words. Let go of the past, let go of the future, and let go of the present. With a mind free of attachment, you will cross over as you breathe. Consider the burdens you are holding on to, worries about the future, regrets about the past, or the desire to control what is beyond your reach. Imagine each burden as a leaf floating down a river. Watch as they drift away, leaving you with a sense of lightness and ease. Finding strength in letting go, a path to true liberation. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It means recognizing that clinging to outcomes only causes suffering. Instead of resisting life's natural flow, we must learn to trust that by cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, everything will unfold as it should. The Buddha teaches us that true freedom comes from letting go of attachment. When we release our fears and doubts, we open ourselves to infinite possibilities. Just as a lotus flower rises from the mud, untouched by the impurities around it, we too can transcend our struggles by staying rooted in the present moment. A prayer of strength and guidance. Let us now recite a prayer of strength and guidance. I surrender my fears, my doubts, and my attachments to the wisdom of the Buddha. I trust in the path of mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion. I release my craving for control and accept the impermanence of all things. May I walk the middle way with patience, peace, and faith. May the teachings of the Buddha illuminate my journey, guiding me through uncertainty with clarity and kindness. A daily practice of trust, walking forward with confidence. As we conclude, let us remember that finding strength is a daily practice. Each morning, as we awaken, we have a choice to face life with fear or to embrace it with trust. By turning to the Buddha's teachings, we cultivate a sense of peace that remains unshaken by external circumstances. Today, declare to yourself, I trust in the wisdom of the Buddha. Let this be your guiding mantra as you move through the day. Trust that by living mindfully and practicing compassion, you will find clarity, purpose, and inner strength. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. What areas of your life can you surrender with trust? Share your thoughts with others. Together, let us support one another on this path, finding strength in the teachings of the Buddha and embracing life's journey with peace and confidence. May you be well, may you be happy, and may you find strength in every step you take.